Hello everybody, welcome to another Holy Grail Games video for Copan, the Dying City. My name's Jamie, and I'm here today with Georgina.
Hi everyone.
And we are here to talk about the solo mode.
We are.
Because Copan is a game for 1 to 4 players.
Yes.
So those of you that enjoy solo play, we've got you covered.
Yes.
And the goal of this video is Georgina is going to explain the rules. Then we're going to run through around 5 rounds of the game.
Yeah, about that.
Show a bit of scoring.
Yes.
So you guys have a really good idea how it works. And yeah, that's about it really.
Yeah.
So I'll explain the basic principle of the solo mode. The idea is not to have a fully fledged player.
No.
That you really have to grind through all of their actions, micromanage their tokens, do everything that you as a player would normally want to be doing in Copan.
Yeah.
You play your game and you let the AI, as it were, do its own thing. So to put it bluntly, the AI cheats to make things simpler.
Yeah, they really do. They really do. It's a very a very powerful adversary,
Exactly.
especially in hard mode.
But the fact that it cheats means it's much easier to manage, which lets you play your game of Copan,
Yep.
and it lets the AI fulfill its primary function of giving you guys a nice, tough challenge to work through as you're trying to cement your family's legacy
Yes.
as the city falls.
Absolutely.
So, the game comes with a certain number of AI cards.
Yep.
Now, I have in my hand here the easy ones. But Georgina is going to be using the advanced ones.
Yes.
She'll be playing the part of the AI today. Plus, we will be doing hard mode as well.
Yes.
So there's 2 differences.
Yeah, so the solo mode of Copan Dying City comes with 16 different AI cards. So we have 8 basic and 8 advanced, and then within each category you have 4 easy and 4 hard. So the main difference between easy mode and hard mode within the basic and advanced is basically that in easy mode the automa is just going to place itself around the board and just generally get in your way a little bit. When you're playing with advanced, however, the automa also does its own actions. So basic mode is just placement, advanced is full-fledged actions, and essentially basic mode is a great way to learn how to play the game.
Yes, that's what it seems like.
Yeah, fantastic. So if you are playing Copan for the first time as a solo player, or as for the first time ever, we really recommend basic mode just to kind of let you get to grips with the game without having to manage the automa too much. Once you move to advanced mode, then it obviously becomes ever so slightly more complicated to manage, but as you'll see when we start to play, it's definitely nothing that you can't handle. And then after that, you have the difference between easy and hard. This basically only affects end of game scoring and how many, will borrow loads of points.
How badly are you going to lose
Yes.
to an entity that doesn't exist?
Yes, exactly. So basically the
Because
scoring...
it's hard.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna say that right now.
Yeah.
This is not gonna go well for me.
No,
it's
no, no.
really not. So
Hard mode is hard.
yeah, all of you avid solo players out there, you'll probably be better than I am because
Yeah.
I'm not that big a solo player. So you'll probably spot a little things which might give you a bit of an advantage, but I hope you can work with that. Shall we?
So one thing that we are not going to be doing here is explaining the whole rule set for
No,
Copan
of
Dying
course not.
City.
No,
There
no.
is a video right here on our YouTube channel if you would like to find out how to play the basic game. We are literally only going to explain how solo mode works, and as Jamie said, play through a few turns
Exactly.
to give you an idea of how it all functions. So what we have here is a setup for 2 players. We have our event card here instead of on the board the way it would usually be.
I've got all my normal stuff.
You've got all your normal
Put
stuff.
these cards to one side.
I have drawn 4 cards for the AI, and these are going to be the advanced mode, hard difficulty. So we're going all in with this to show you just how rough it can get. The AI does not have a player board, it does not have a Jade mask board. All it has is its player totem and its player tokens. So you won't have a lot to manage as far as that's concerned. So once I've chosen my 4 cards, I'm going to simply shuffle them, and then I'm going to lay them out going from left to right. So I'm actually doing this upside down for me so that you guys can see it a bit better. And the order in which the cards come out basically defines the priorities of the AI. So here we can see that its top priority is going to be the green resource. So we've got power, then it's going to go for zeal, then it's going to go for fame, and then it is going to go for food. So it has a well-defined priority system. Basically, these cards have 3 different phases on them. So the top phase is the AI's court phase. The middle of the card is going to be its action phase. And then the green section of the card is only for end of game scoring. So you don't have to worry about that too much until the end of the game. Maybe.
I beg to differ. Those numbers are very worrying. You should be worried.
Those numbers are very worrying. So I'm going to draw 4 court tiles for the AI, as you would for yourself.
Of course.
And you're going to place them on the corresponding cards. So here we have got 2 red tiles. I'm just going to pile them up on top of each other, and they can pile up as high as they can go. And then we have the 1 power token. So that is basically going to be the first 4 actions for the AI. We're going to decide who's going to start randomly. It's the AI. So it's going to begin. So that's all good.
I shouldn't be worried.
Good luck to you, Jamie. We're going to remove this tile from the board because it shouldn't be on there. And we are going to get going. So essentially, when you're playing the AI's turn, it's really easy. You're going to look at the card furthest to the left that currently has a court tile on it. So it will be its first up. I'm going to give this to you, Jamie, because you can place that anywhere you like. And that is the great, the one advantage that you have over the AI is that you place the court tile where you want. So,
well, I'm going to place it here.
Okay. So, as with a normal player, decline for the resource of the tile you just placed is going to go down by 1. And then we take resources for the AI. The thing is, the AI has no character board, nor does it have to pay for any of the options that it does. So here, it's simply going to gain the same number of victory points as the number of resources it would have gained. So 2. After that, we're going to move on to its action phase. So basically, the actions of the AI are always going to be determined by the fate die. So we're going to roll it. We know that the AI is going to have its totem straight on to site number 5. Thanks
Quick
to
note
this icon here.
that their totems can be bumped and they can bump yours.
Yes,
They are,
absolutely.
however, not restricted to staying there for 3 turns.
No, they can stay for more than 3 turns if that should occur. So, my totem is there. I've rolled the fate die, and the fate die says half moon. This is the row of cards concerned by the half moon symbol, as we can see here, and basically the AI is going to take those 2 cards. It's going to put them to one side and keep them, so it gets all the cards of the row concerned by the result it got on the fate die, and then it also gets to move up the stairway. So it moves up the stairway that's connected to its priority. So in this case, it's going to move 2 steps up the Jade Mask stairway. Now, the AI is never going to be able to score any points from the stairways at the end of the game. However, it can get the Zenith tokens at the start of the game. So if you want those, you're going to have to make a run for it up the stairs to beat the AI, as I found out to my detriment when I attempted to beat the AI earlier today and failed horribly. So that's all good. So once you've done that, so I've taken all the cards, moved up the stairs, that's the end of the AI's turn.
That's it.
So it's your turn.
Okay, so there are, because this is an AI,
refresh
of course, we refresh the board, normal stuff. Because this is an AI, you can see what it's going to do.
Yeah.
You need every advantage you can get.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I know that its next action will be a ball.
Yeah.
So I know I'm going to be able to place that.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be able to eventually profit from it.
Yeah.
And I know what action it's going to do.
Yes.
So, for example, I could say I'm going to go to the ball court.
Yes.
Because I know it's going to come there and it's going to bump me. So I'm going to be able to get to the ×2 quicker. So I am going to come in, or rather, sorry, we're going to do this in the proper order. I'm going to start by placing down a red tile.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. So I'm going to gain 2 red, 2 green.
Yeah, and don't forget you also have 1 starting resource.
And I also have my 1 starting resource, which I think I'll take in red.
Sounds like a good plan.
And then I will take 2 yellow, because that can always help. That's with the little bonus that was underneath the tile.
Right,
of
okay,
course.
sure.
Okay, so, oh, excuse me, there we go. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to come in as, I think, victory points. Because I get to place the tiles down to my advantage, I have it's slightly easy to get resources.
Sure.
If I manage it well, I can generally get 2 or 3 tile activations in a row fairly regularly.
Yeah.
If I'm willing to use, of course, the omen spaces and such.
Sure.
Which I am. So we're going to come here. We're going to pay 1 fame in order to enter. And I think we are going to... We're going to pay 1 and then 2 for this chap here.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to put him up here. I'm going to place my player down.
Okay.
This guy, I'm going to use him automatically.
Okay.
Which is going to allow me to take this guy here.
For free?
For free, sorry. Obviously, I don't put a token down. Oh, sorry, no, I do.
No, you do it. You perform
so I do perform the action, sorry. So that allows me to get another player onto the board.
Excellent.
And this one now gives me a permanent bonus to action number 1.
Awesome. Great.
And that is normally the end of my turn.
Okay, so you refresh the cards that you took from the
Exactly.
board. And now it's going to be the AI's turn again. So the AI cannot do the its highest priority, which is green. It cannot do its next priority, which is blue. Again, doesn't have any court tiles present, so it's going to do, as Jamie said, red. So I'm going to let you place that tile, Jay.
So, as I kind of want to, if I place that down there, I'm going to cap out. So what I will do is I'm going to place this here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's going to go down here.
Mm-hmm.
The AI is going to get its points for its resource generation.
It is, so it's going to get 4 points.
Obviously.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Then then we're going to do the action.
So it's going to move.
Yep, so it's going to bump me.
Its new location as dictated by the card. We're going to roll the dice again. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing this for you. Technically, you should be doing this, but so meteorite.
Do this one.
Okay.
Obviously, it does not use the cards either, like the glyph cards. It's going to store them for end of game scoring.
The AI is going to keep this card, and every time it activates a blue tile, it will gain a victory point because the card does still act for it in this advanced mode. So, yeah, you're going to have to keep an eye on it for that. If this card had been a one-off action like the card that you took, then that action would immediately happen. In this case, you're lucky, it does not. Sure. However, you do place a player token for the AI on the board where that should have been. And that's it. Yep. So, again, it's back to your turn.
Okay.
So as you can see, it goes pretty quickly.
We are going to then, I'm going to place this down here.
Okay, nice placement there.
So I'm going to get 1, I'm going to drop this down 1.
Yep.
There is an omen, so I'm going to resolve that. The sun, which is down 1 on green.
Oh.
Okay, and then we're going to cycle all of the cards.
Yep. Do this for you.
So once again, the usual rules, nothing changes.
Yep.
Hopla. And then we're going to go... And then 1 more. Thank you very much. Okay. And then I think... Oh, that's pretty good, actually. Huh. All right. Well, obviously, I'm then going to gain my resources.
You are.
So I'm going to gain 2 yellow, 2 red, and 2 green.
Nice.
I'm going to stay here, obviously, because I planned for the AI to bump me. So now I can move 1 round, get access to the ×2 quicker.
Yep.
Which means I get 4 victory points.
Very nice.
For staying there. And then I wasn't actually planning on that, obviously, because it was going to come out random. But if I take this guy, every time I do action 1, I get 2 victory points.
Sounds good to me.
So I'm going to pay 1 and 2 and 3 for this dude.
Okay.
And that is the end of my turn. Oh, obviously, I do get to place my player down. Refill this, and we're straight back into the AI.
So you've already got a nice majority going here. You are going to place the AI's next court tile, which is the red.
I think I'm going to place this one over here this time.
Okay. So that's going to be still 2 victory points for the AI. And now it's going to stay where it is. It's going to move around, and it's going to do the same thing as last time. So we roll the dice. This time it is sun.
This person here.
And that is a constant effect. So in this case, it's not going to do an awful lot for it, but we're going to be getting points for that at the end of the game.
Of course.
Indeed.
And it places one of its little tokens down.
Exactly. So you've still got the majority, but it's kind of handing.
But it's taken the other side of the board.
It has indeed.
Okay. So, one last thing to do before my turn ends. Obviously, the totem of the AI has moved round. The totem always enters as points.
It does.
The longer it stays there, the more points it gets. It's moved round. It's going to gain 2 victory points. Once again, evading my grasp. Over to me. So, what have we got over on number 1? Because, of course, I'm going to have to make this work, and at the same time, I do need some tiles, because I'm going to start to run out soon.
Yep. You've got a free action.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at that. I have a lot of resources, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to come here.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go down 1 on the blue. Then... there's no other effect, so I'm going to gain 2 here. I'm going to gain 2 red, and then I'm going to gain 2 of my choice. I'm going to go for yellow.
Okay.
I'm going to take my token. I'm going to come over to here. That is going to cost me a yellow.
Yep.
And then I'm going to come in on victory points again. Okay. I want to come here and set up an embassy. So it's going to cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including a green. So we're going to go
-1,
1, 2,
because you have the permanent card.
3, 4,
5.
5, 6, there we go. So,
well,
5. 5. You keep on telling me as well. Plus, I gain my 2 victory points. Good thing you're here.
Nice.
And that will allow me to put one of my tokens here.
Okay.
So I'm going to get to do an action of my choice. For -1, I'm going to choose to come to action number 2, take these 2 cards, and then normally it would cost me 2 tiles, sorry. Normally it would cost me 1, but because I'm -1, I'm going to take these for free as well.
Sounds good to me.
That is... the end of... Oh, sorry, and of course, my reward token.
Yes.
But lest I forget...
level 2. Level 2, you're on a...
I am on a level 2. My bad. Haha. 3 victory points.
Nice.
Yes.
God,
come back here, you. Come back here.
So much better than I did earlier.
And that is the end of my turn. We go right back to the AI again. Now, an interesting thing is going to happen because it's about to run out of tiles.
It is. So, here's the AI style. So, if you just replace the tiles from the river that you took so we don't get those mixed up.
Of course.
So, the AI only has 1 remaining tile, which is this yellow one. So, I'm going to let Jamie place that in a spot of his choice.
Okay. We're going to keep it away from other tiles. We'll have to start filling in the gaps eventually, but, you know, whilst we can keep it a little bit on the down low, I'd prefer that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, we've placed the yellow tile. The AI is going to get 2 victory points for that.
Yep.
And now it's going to move its totem to the number 1 location, because that's what's on its
so it's going to bump me.
So you've been bumped. And now it is going to do the action as described on the card.
Of course.
So it's going to roll the dice. We have a crescent moon there. So crescent moon is this one. So it's going to place a token there, as it says here on the card. It is going to take 1 bonus token of the level that it asked for. So in this case, it would gain 1 resource. Instead, it's going to gain 1 victory point. And now for every city it's currently, well, for every new city it reaches, it's going to get 1 storage extension. So the AI does not gain any points, as we were saying, for being on the central stairways. It's not actually going to be able to use this or gain any points from it. What it is going to be able to do by doing this is put some pressure on you by using up the storage extensions that are available so that you can't do it. So that's it for that, and then we'll handle the end of game scoring for it at the end. So,
and to clarify for the action,
so it will do the action on the tile as it should, as it's, because in this advanced mode it's allowed to do that. So it does the action. It's going to be allowed to do action number 3 at a cost of -1. So we're going to roll the dice again.
See where it goes.
That's just how it works. Half moon.
Okay, so it's definitely got a good majority on this side, and that is going to be.
So here, this character card that the AI just got has 5 resources on it. Obviously, for the AI, it's going to transform that into victory points.
Okay.
So as you can see, the AI also gets to do bonus actions the way that you would during gameplay, and they can hurt quite a lot.
They can hurt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying here, but it's still leading me by a fair margin. However, it's out of tiles. So do we resolve that now or during its next turn?
So we resolve this at the beginning of its next turn.
Okay then. So continuing on with my turns. I quite like that yellow it's got there. I can use that.
It's pretty good.
I'm going to put this green down here. So we're going to go down 1. I'm going to have to start being careful with green.
Yep.
So that is going to allow me to get 2 green. Yep. I am going to take 2 yellow.
Yep.
Because of that tile. And then I'll take 2 blue because of the bonus that's hiding underneath.
Exactly.
Unsurprisingly, I'm going to stay where I am. So I'm going to gain 4 victory points for staying there, up to 13, plus 2 for my dude.
Very
50.
nice. Yep.
I'm going to do an action which... Ooh, which action? There's some interesting stuff here. And, you know, sometimes you get these characters that give resources,
Yes.
which I really like. They're a really good ace up your sleeve for certain points in the game when you're really starting to be starved for resources.
Yep.
They are massive points cards for the AI. However, I don't like them being having access to them, but it's always a choice. You know, it's always a question of how do I do it, or in which order do I do it. What I think I'm going to do is try and get rid of at least one of those. So I'm going to come here.
Okay.
For the cost of 1, 2, 3, 4 minus 1.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Like so.
You only need to spend 3 because you've got a cost of -1.
Of course. I said it and then I forgot it.
Yep.
So I'm going to put my little token here.
Okay.
I'm going to go get a level 1 reward, which will be 1 up the staircase.
Oh,
That's
nice.
always good. That's always good. I've got some guys on the ball court. I think we will try and do that there.
Okay.
Okay, so that's up 1. Then we are going to do our free action, which is going to be action number 3 at -1. I think we are very simply going to.
Ooh,
in fact,
you've got
I'm
some
going to
nice
take
mask.
back what I said there. I'm going to spend 3 blue to do this.
Okay.
That way I can take this one.
Okay.
Okay, use it immediately because I have no free spaces.
Sure.
So I'll just put him under there. That's going to get me 3 blue resources.
Okay. Did one of those resources not have to be a red though?
You are correct. I do it at -1. Sorry, my bad. I do it at -1, so I only have to pay
Of course.
1.
Sorry. Yeah.
So it's okay. So I'm going to spend 1 there.
Okay.
There we go. And that's the end of my turn.
Lovely. Okay. So the AI now has no court tiles left. So what happens when the AI has no court tiles is very simply they take the 4 tiles currently available on the river. These are going to get placed exactly the same way. So blue tiles on the blue card, red tiles on the red card. And now it's going to perform its action in the usual way, starting with its highest priority, which is blue.
Blue. Okay, that actually works for me because I was thinking about going to the pyramids shortly. I think against my better judgment. Is there anything there? Because this is the thing, I can use this to trigger an omen to see if I can cycle out some cards that I like. As it stands, I'm actually pretty happy with what's there at the moment.
Okay.
I don't particularly want to get rid of anything. So I think we're just going to place it in a safe spot like here.
Sure. So
Down 1.
down 1, 2 victory
Gain 2.
points for blue, and its totem is going to move to the altars. Once it's at the altars, again, we're going to roll the fate die. The fate die says meteorite. So obviously on the altar spaces, you have 2 spaces for each type. Here, it's going to, you're always going to place the token on the leftmost space with the meteorite symbol on. That's how you choose between the 2. Here, they're going to do the action now that's on the space. So they're going to get 4 victory points because they should have gained 4 resources, but there you go. And they're going to move 2 up their highest priority staircase, which is the green. So, Jay, you can now see you're going to get a lot of pressure put on you.
Oh,
from
yeah,
now on.
the pressure is already on.
Yeah. You are going to need to start running up those stairways if you don't want to have 14 points.
I am well aware, thank you.
No pressure or anything.
No pressure.
So, that's it. That's the AI's turn.
That's the AI's turn, so I'll do one more of my turns just for the sake of balance. So I will have to leave here. I'm pretty stocked everywhere. I don't have to particularly go out and make much of this. So I think what I'm actually going to do is place one of my own tiles here.
Okay.
Drop this down. We're getting close to something bad going to happen. So I'm going to gain 2 red resources, that's all. But that's fine. I was already pretty loaded. Oh, we should have refilled these as well.
Oh, sorry.
Small note, it's fine. I'm going to take my totem and I'm going to come over here. So I'm going to push the AI. I'm going to pay 1 blue.
And that means the AI gets 2 victory points because you pushed them.
Oh,
no, sorry. Sorry, on their turn they will get 2 victory points.
Yes, when they move round, they're going to get 4.
They will get 4. Yeah.
So you had me really worried there for a second. I'm worried enough as it is.
I'm sorry.
Don't play with my heart. So we're going to spend 2 blue
Yeah.
and 2 red in order to come over here and do this action.
Okay.
I'm going to do this first.
Okay.
To go up the stairs too. I'm going to take one piece of my jade mask, which is going to be...
Have you paid for your action?
I have indeed.
You are flush with resources.
I am very flush with resources, thank you. Let me see now, let's go for a character card. We'll recharge the batteries a little bit. Actually, no, we're just going to take another piece of jade mask. I don't mind questioning that. So I'm going to take a piece of jade mask, which is also going to allow me to put down this part of the cheek, which will give me 2 little victory points and leaves me a load of things open for my next jade mask piece.
Nice.
Obviously, that was a free player, so I don't get to place a token down. And then I'm going to do my action for free, so I'm going to come back over here, which I so much enjoy.
So the action isn't free, it's a bonus.
No, it's a bonus and there's no reductions, but my dudes do apply. So I'm going to gain 2 victory points because I was over there. And then I think I'm going to come over to this one here.
Nice.
So that's going to cost me 4 and 5 minus 1 for 4. So I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Place down my wee token.
Okay.
Take a level 2 reward, which is 2 more stairs. That's what we're looking for.
That is very
ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're looking for.
Lucky.
And then my reward is to go up 3. Boom! Beat it to the top.
Okay.
Excellent. Woo! 14 points. If he'd have gotten the 14 points, I might have surrendered.
Well, in the game I attempted to play against the AI earlier, they did get the 14 points, and it wasn't looking.
Got a bit lucky there, though. Got a bit lucky. Did not expect that too. So
very clever play there.
There we go. So that would be the end of my turn.
Yeah.
And that's all it is.
Honestly,
we
this is it. Play will just continue in this manner. Decline events happen in exactly the same way they usually would. You roll the dice, parts of the board will get blocked off. As Jamie showed earlier, omens work in the same way as well. So the cards will cycle round, you roll the dice, etc., etc. So that's all completely normal.
Okay.
At the end of the game, this is how we will proceed. So obviously,
quick disclaimer: this is not going to look at all balanced because it's going to be doing end game scoring where I'm only on my 5th turn. So disclaimer: it is going to nail me to the wall.
Yes, it really is. But we won't count in everything, but just so that Jamie isn't completely humiliated. But
hey, I ended the 5th round in front of it. I take that as a point of pride. Okay,
you did. That's already impressive as of itself. So you are going to score the AI at the end of the game in the way indicated on its cards and by order of priority. So we start with the green card. It's going to gain 6 victory points per glyph card that it has in its possession at the end of the game. So these 2 little babies here are already 12 points.
12 points.
Wow. I wouldn't worry about counting it.
I'm only going to get depressed.
So yeah, you are. You're going to get really depressed. After that, we'll do 6 points per token that the AI has in the altars area. So that's going to be another 6 points. It has 3 character cards, so you have to excuse us. This is a prototype. This card is actually wrong. It should be a character card there, not a glyph, but it will gain 6 points per character that it has. So that's another 18 points. And then at the end of the game, it's also going to get points for its embassy presence. It scores its embassies, obviously, slightly different to the way that we do. If it has no embassy presence at all, it's still going to get 2 points. It only has 1 embassy token. It's still going to get 7 points for that at the end of the game. So there you go. That is essentially how the AI mode for the solo game of Copan Dying City works. As we said, we're not going to play through an entire game. This will just make this video very, very long, but well, not that much longer actually.
I think you guys have got the gist of it.
Yes, exactly.
There's loads. It's an AI. Once again, the idea is not for you to have to grind out the AI's game. The idea is that you play your game of Copan, and the AI comes along. It's quick to manage, and it gives you a challenge to go up against, to compare yourself against. If you beat it, Good for you! You might need a few games until that happens.
Yes.
Because people did ask for a tougher solo mode for this bad boy, so we think we have delivered.
Yes. Well, the interesting thing is that obviously this is the hardest mode you can play in, so it's very punishing and designed to be so. If you play advanced easy mode, then the scoring for the AI is going to be toned right down. So I think it's only 3 points per glyph card, so it immediately becomes a little bit more easy to beat. Obviously, you'll be able to get scoring on your stairway presence, whereas the AI won't be getting that. So we have to kind of balance that out. What I find really interesting is that I've played a couple of games with this now, and the way it feels, depending on the order of priority for the AI and the first actions that it does, is incredible. Because when I played against this, its highest priority was blue. It drew 2 blue tiles to start at the beginning of the game, and it just absolutely crushed me to get to the top of the stairway first. And I lost those 14 points, and it was very painful.
And you can really play around it like you saw in the first round. I went to the ball court first. There were some cards that interested me, but I knew its second action was going to be the ball courts. And I knew I didn't want to stay 2 rounds at the ball court, but if I could get the 4 points, that's always good to take.
Oh, yeah.
Over here, I would have loved for it to do another action before going to the altars, because that way I could have snuck in and got it to bump me again, getting another 4 points, and then coming back to the embassies, which is obviously what I was going to focus on early game because of my character cards and because the embassies are always good to focus on. There you go. It's very strong, but if you know the game and you can figure out some ways to play around what the AI is going to do, you can at least give yourself a fighting chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we were saying, there are easier modes of this, and the basic mode for when you're just learning to play the game is brilliant because the AI essentially does all the same things, but it doesn't actually perform any actions. So there are no bonus actions to manage. There are no sort of special effects, none of that kind of stuff. You just place, put down a token, keep playing. So that's pretty interesting in itself. There you have it.
I think we're done. Well, I'm done. I'm backing out while I'm ahead. Basically, this should be back here, eh? Okay.
Well,
I'm still in my head. I'm still winning.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it answered all of your questions about the solo mode.
Yes.
If you're watching this during the Kickstarter campaign, the campaign is still live up until the 1st of December. Thank you to everybody that supported it so far. We really appreciated it. We've got all the new stretch goals and such up now. We've added a load more information to the page. We are, of course, in the comment sections on social media. Should you have any other questions about the game, we are here to help.
Yes, we absolutely are.
On that note, thank you very much. Do have a lovely day wherever you are, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.